Hello everyone and welcome back to the 3T Path channel. My name is Giridhari, and today I want to talk to you about a very interesting research on stress and to show you how you can deal with stress in a way that won't impact your health. Very important, very interesting insights you get from this research. Now, this research was done in 1998. But it was done with 29,000 people. So it's an important, big research that was done. And it said in this research, they found out that 55% of the people said that they were under moderate or severe stress in the last 12 months. 34% said that stress had affected their health to some degree, and 25% said that stress had greatly worsened their health. So far it's like really bad news, right? Almost a quarter of the people saying stress had severely affected their health. Over a third saying that it had affected their health. So this is a big problem for all of us, right? Everybody's stressed out. I mean, life is stressful. We're all feeling stress all the time. So these are scary. We're not alone. This is amazing. The size, the problem, so many people stressed out. It gets a little worse. I'm going to get to the good part, but it gets a little worse first. And as expected, those people reporting high levels of stress did increase their risk of a premature death. So it does actually kill you. So, and where it gets really interesting though in the study is that those people who believed that stress was significantly harming their health are the ones who experienced this problem. This is where it gets really interesting now. The risk of premature death increased by 43% for people who viewed stress negatively. Okay. What's going on here? Well, first, let's just take a step back here. What is stress? Why do we even have stress? I mean, why is the stupid idea of stress built into our bodies and minds? Actually, stress has a positive physiological side to it. The idea of stress is that it will release, the chemistry in your body to make you more focused and more determined. It gives you that focus and determination to go through and deal with the problem that's creating the stress. Of course, they will always give you the old, the lion is chasing you thing. So then, lion is like, you want to be stressed. You don't want to be relaxed and all cool about a pack of lions chasing you. So you want to be like, I want to be stressed, totally focused. This chemistry in my body is wired up because I want to get out of here. I want to run away from the lion. So it has that good part. So what's really interesting then, and this is what's fascinating about this research, so those people who did identify stress, they were stressed, they knew they were stressed, but they did not believe stress was harmful. Because they did not believe stress was harmful, they actually had the lowest risk of death of the whole group, even lower than those who were experiencing little to no stress. This is really wild, right? So they were experiencing stress, but they did not believe stress was bad for them. They did not identify stress as a problem for their health, and therefore they had an even lower risk of death than those who had low stress in their life. So what's this? Why am I talking about this? Well, it has a lot to do with the yoga teachings. In yoga, what we learn to do, what I'm always talking about here on the channel, we learn to be the observer. We learn to be the witness. So we want to take a step back. This is a very healthy and important thing to do in life. And yoga tells us a lot about this. So just take one step back. So now I'm observing my mind, I'm observing my thoughts, I'm a witness to my thoughts, to my mind, to my emotions. I am the observer. I am on I'm amongst the audience. I'm not the actor on stage. I'm the audience. I'm watching this going on. I'm not identifying with the problem. So this is a hugely beneficial thing to do with everything that happens in your life. Just take that step back and be the observer. So that immediately allows you to deal with the problem, to let it go and not be stuck with it, identifying with it. So that's one thing in yoga we do a lot. And the other thing I always talk about here is acceptance. Not that we just sit around and accept, abuse from everyone and don't do anything, whatever. Not that. But once you've done all, you're naturally going through life trying to avoid problems and abuse and pain and everything. But having, naturally you've done what you could, but stuff happens, right? So no matter how careful you are, stuff happens. You will have the emergency, you will have the problems, you will have like the severe ill health, legal problems, financial problems, relationship problems. They will come. You can't avoid them appearing in your life. So when they come, and you're going to get stressed for that, it's a stressful thing to deal with. So then you're going to take that step back and immediately you jump to acceptance. I always talk about that. This resistance, when we resist pain, when we resist suffering, when we resist a bad situation, that resistance just causes huge damage to us. It brings us no benefit. It doesn't make the suffering go away. It only increases the suffering. Pay attention to this next time you're dealing with something negative. Even if it's just a negative emotion, even if it's just like embarrassment, rejection, whatever, inferior, whatever you're feeling, if you resist that, if you don't, I don't want to feel that, I don't want to feel embarrassment, I don't want to feel this, I don't want to feel rejection, I don't want to, be sick, I don't want to be, lose my... So when you resist that, when you resist the fact, it just makes it worse, because now you have the problem itself and then you have the pain of not accepting the problem. So when you accept it, immediately you just lower dramatically all the suffering involved, because it's now, you're not like fighting with reality. So we accept it. So when you become these two things together, the observer and immediately accepting all the difficult situations in your life, look at the impact in this research is showing. Look, that the impact, people who did that, they had a 43% chance of less chance of having diseases, of having problems. It's a huge difference. It's a humongous difference, just because they accepted the stress. A hugely impactful difference in their lives. So when we accept things, this yoga is all about that. You don't change yoga. What we're teaching here is not that you don't change life. Sure, you do your best, but you can't change stuff happening to you. But you can change completely how you deal with life. And that's what this research showed. And I thought it would be interesting to share with you. Let me know what you think. If you have any comments, let me know. I always like to hear from you. And have your rest of your day with lots of peace and lots of love.